It's no secret America is facing the worst border crisis in our history. Border communities are collapsing under the strain, and the Biden administration is refusing to hold themselves accountable. U.S. Customs and Border Protection releasing new numbers showing the highest monthly total of apprehensions ever, with more than 251,000 in December 2022 alone. Joining us now to discuss this is Arizona Congresswoman Debbie Lesko. Thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Thank you for having me.
Congresswoman, you serve on the Border Security Caucus. There still hasn't been any relief for our border agents or our border towns, and basically every state is now a border town. The Biden administration, they're actually trying to blame Republicans at this point. What is going on with this administration? Do they think Americans are really this stupid?
You know, the Biden administration and the Democrats in Congress are complicit in what's happening in the border. As you remember, President Biden on day one, when he became president, said, I'm going to stop construction of the border wall. He undid all of the Trump policies that were actually helping reduce the number of illegal immigrants that were crossing on the border. And as you said, in December of last year, we had the highest number of illegal immigrant apprehensions in the history of us recording how many people are coming across the border. And I always find it interesting when reporters ask the illegal immigrants themselves, do you think that the border is closed? And the immigrants go, no, it's open. I just crossed it.
Right.
This is terrible. I mean, really, I have gone to the border multiple times. This is a humanitarian crisis. As you saw in Texas, people are sleeping out in the cold. In Arizona, we have girls that are being raped, women that are being raped. I have talked to Border Patrol officers and officials on the ground in Arizona. They said that they suspect many of these young teenage girls are being sold into sex slavery. As you know, tons of fentanyl is crossing over the border, killing Americans. And the Biden administration is complicit in all of it.
Absolutely. And the cartels are getting richer by the minute. Meantime, White House Press Secretary Karine Jean-Pierre actually claiming that Republican states are trying to block the Biden administration's success when it comes to dealing with the border crisis. You have to hear it to believe it. Take a listen.
Our measures, again, are working because we are treating this matter with urgency. We're not using it as a political stunt. We're not using it as a political football. We're taking this very seriously. But as you just mentioned, some states are trying to block our success and measures because they would rather use immigration as a political stunt.
Congresswoman, your thoughts on that?
Well, they're out and out lying. They had the presidency, the Senate, the House for the last 2 years. They did absolutely nothing about immigration or securing the border. In fact, it's a lot worse. And so Republicans actually are trying to secure the border because we know what a big crisis this is. I have a bill that would actually reinstate the Remain in Mexico policy. And what that policy does is what Trump installed, and that is you can claim asylum, but you have to wait in another safe country, including Mexico. And then, you know, you wait your turn. You don't get a ticket to go into the United States and stay here while you're waiting for your asylum claim to be adjudicated. You stay in your country or another safe country, including Mexico. That immediately would cut down the number of people coming here. But instead, what does Biden do? He says, oh, I'm going to fix it by having more people come here, another 30,000 a month from Haiti, from Cuba, from Nicaragua, Venezuela. Let's have more people come in, which of course is another incentive for more and more people from 165 different countries to cross over the Arizona and Texas border.
What do you think about also maybe instead of having the tents all over the country now because there's so many migrants, there's no room for them. We put up tents along the border and have courthouses there, have the judges there, adjudicate their asylum claims there. Rather than wait years, instead of hiring 87,000 more IRS agents, we get a couple of 10,000 judges and put them all at the border. You got your asylum claim. Let's figure out if it's true or not. If it's not, you're out of here within a week. If it's true, come on in. What do you think about that?
Yeah, well, we actually, in the Tucson sector, we actually have judges that are right there along the border. But yes, certainly that would help. And also, you know, they can do telecourt. You know, the judges don't have to physically be down at the border. In courts throughout the whole United States,
right.
we do it over, you know, like we're doing now. We're doing the interview right now. And so all of this is possible. But quite frankly, what needs to happen is Biden needs to send a signal that the border is secure. I mean, you know, the border should be secure, that we're not going to let all these people in. But instead, he's doing the exact opposite. That's why we have all these people coming, because they know Biden wants everybody in. This is intentional. They want everybody and anybody in. We have 38 people on the terrorist watch list that we know of that were apprehended just in this fiscal year that just started October 1st. This is outrageous. It's a national security threat.
And God only knows, tens of thousands of gotaways and terrorists, as you mentioned, fentanyl now affecting every corner of our nation, the suburbs. Doesn't matter if you're rich or poor. We keep hearing about kids overdosing. The Republicans, they're saying they are going to investigate what's going on at the border. Do you think we'll actually see some action? We'll actually see something, you know, we need to secure our nation at this point.
Well, Republicans in the U.S. House of Representatives are going to pass border security legislation. Now, what happens with it in the Senate, I don't know, and President Biden would probably veto it because he wants open borders. All of his policies, all of his actions say that. I mean, when he was in Arizona at the Taiwan semiconductor plant, they asked, are you going to go to the border? He goes, no, I have more important things to do. And when Kamala Harris was just here recently for another event over in Phoenix, she didn't go to the border either. These people want an open border. They're not prioritizing securing the border. And it's affecting U.S. citizens. It's affecting the illegal immigrants themselves because the cartels are totally in control.
Absolutely. Congresswoman Debbie Lesko, thank you so much and for fighting the good fight. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.